You're watching What Women Want with Revati Priya on Glow TV.
Life is about choices. Some we regret, some we're proud of, some will haunt us forever. But at the end of the day, life is what we choose it to be. Today we chat to a gorgeous, sophisticated, self-driven woman who is known for her expertise in hair, makeup, and beauty, but also for her zest in life to overcome anything that is thrown at her. Today our guest shares more with us on life choices. Let's welcome Nadia Motala. Hi Nadia, welcome to my show. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Pleasure being here. Thank you so much for having me.
How have you been?
I've been very well. Thank you so much for asking. It's been crazy, but I've been good.
That's good. Nadia, today we chat about life choices. And growing up, you came from a very humble beginnings. And at a young age, you made the decision to drop out of school. And to pursue your dreams to become a hairdresser and to pursue your dreams in the makeup and beauty industry as well. Could you elaborate more on this with us? What made you drop out of school at such a young age? I think you were in grade 9?
10, yeah,
10.
grade 10. So obviously at the time when I decided, I was in grade 10 and I decided that I wanted to pursue a career in hair and makeup, and at the time the industry was just brand new. It was just flourishing. So it was really the spot to be in. I had such an interest in makeup and hair from such a young age. So this was something that I knew I wanted to do. So when I had approached my parents, I think that was the first issue I had was with them, because they were shocked that I wanted to leave school to do this.
Grade 10, definitely.
Because it was a shock to everybody. It was with my parents, and then it was my teachers as well, because my teachers then approached my parents and said, why would you allow her to leave school? You know, she's so intelligent and she could accomplish so much more by being in school. But I think at that point in my life, I already knew that this was the decision and this was the life path that I was going to be taking. And I think a lot of young people at that age are not sure of what it is they're going to be doing. At that time, I was really headstrong, and I knew that this is what I wanted to do. And I knew that if I was going to be leaving school to do this, no matter what,
you had to make it work.
I had to make it work. So it was a huge decision. Eventually, my parents warmed up to it. My teachers as well. In fact, one of my teachers in school at the time is now a regular client of mine.
Wow.
And she's so that's quite something to see her now at the salon regularly. So it's really been a journey for me. I started off, as you said, from really, really humble beginnings, and I worked my way up slowly. So hard work, I would say, really does pay off.
I remember you mentioning that you were selling pies at a taxi rank.
Yes, so one of the ways, so when I had left school, what had happened was I knew that I needed to subsidize my travel. My parents were going to assist me through the college part and through going through the training part.
Okay.
So you must remember that I was now 15 years old, and I had gone into school, into hair and beauty school, with adults who were 30 and 28 and a lot older
Much
than
older.
I was. So I was the youngest in my class at the time, and I had to progress a lot faster. I had to make sure
Mature
that
as well.
everything I was doing was up to the same level that they were able to do. So I used to study and go to school in the morning, and then at 2 o'clock I used to come back, and then that was when I started working at the pie store just to subsidize what I needed to earn to make my way through school.
Okay.
And I worked in actually the taxi rank.
Wow.
In Isipingo Rail. It was a 350 rand a week job, so that was what I earned. But it got me through studies, and it got me through traveling up and down, and it really taught me how to live a life on a budget, and I believe that that's where my great business acumen and accounting skills came from.
From selling pies at a taxi rank.
So
Well,
it's been a journey.
Well, definitely the saying goes for you, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I think what happens most of the time is that young women look at you and they see this image from the outside. And from this image that's now been cleaned and polished and been built, and a lot of effort has gone into that image.
That's not seen, the
Yes,
effort.
the behind the scenes of getting to that point is not seen.
Right.
So I had to open up and I had to say that this is what I went through. And this is what I've gone through as an individual, as a mother, as a businesswoman, as a sister, in the industry. This is what I had to go through to get to where I was. I mean, initially my business was a tiny little spot, and then from there we progressed. So it was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of effort into the brand, into myself, into my own confidence,
Yes.
into building myself as a person, and building that image that everyone now sees, the work that goes into it and behind the scenes.
So Nadia, going back to you making the decision of dropping out of school,
Sure.
when you had gone to your parents, were they the first people that you had shared this with?
Yes, yes. My parents are and have always been my greatest supporters. They're my biggest fans. They're my number one. They've been with me through thick and thin, through everything. And they've been present in my life through a lot of things. And so when I approached them first. And I
What
said
was
to
their
them,
reaction?
They were really shocked. They thought that I was going to be throwing my life away initially, and I think that all parents would think the same way.
Most
Because they
definitely.
want the best for their children. And now that I'm a mother, you know, I think about my children, and I think that if my son were to come to me and say that, I would also freak out and say, "Are you crazy?" So that was the reaction I had got from them. But as they warmed up to the idea, and as they realized that I knew that I was going to be putting in the work into this, they felt the need to push me forward, and they said, "Nadia, we know that you can do this." And it's really with that support and that push of encouragement that what got me through school, got me through the challenges that came thereafter. Because it was one thing going through hair school and beauty school, but it was another thing making that work for you, and you
Yes.
have to put the effort and the work behind that. It started from really small, humble beginnings, and gradually with determination and hard work, we built the brand up.
So Nadia, obviously getting to where you are today, you're a popular name in the industry, you've grown tremendously, and it was obviously a big process to get to where you are.
Yeah.
So after leaving school, what was the process? I mean, you sold pies at the taxi rank to make your transport money. After studying, how did you get into the hair industry, into a salon?
So immediately after coming out, I had to work as an intern.
Okay.
Just like how, you know, any other intern, you've got to get hours. So I'd applied at a salon, and it was a very popular salon at that time. It was in Umhlanga, and I lived all the way in Sipingo. So I used
Far
to
distance.
yes, I used to travel from Sipingo to Umhlanga every day, and I worked with, at the time, one of the head stylists in Durban.
Okay.
And it was really an achievement, because what I had learned from that stylist really paved the way for me going forward. So I was like a sponge. I was so eager, and I really wanted to learn everything that there was. So when I was based in the salon, it was completely voluntary, by the way. I wasn't paid for it, because I was working there as an apprentice, learning how to now get practical skills when it comes to doing hair. So for a full 2 months, I did nothing but just sweep floors, and I did nothing but clean mirrors.
Sure.
Because that was what was required of us. As apprentices, we had to start off at the bottom, literally at the bottom, sweeping floors and doing that kind of work, to work our way up gradually to being able to work at the basin and
Right.
shampoo someone's hair. And so I slowly started climbing that ladder. I started off by sweeping. I was very intent. I listened very carefully, very clearly. It was not an easy task to do, because it is something that requires physical effort. So it was exhausting. You've got to stand on your feet the entire day. But gradually, as time went on and working in that salon and learning professionalism, that was truly where I learned professionalism, how to carry myself as a woman, how to carry myself as a stylist, how to speak to clients properly, how to address people, how to handle myself, how to carry myself as an individual. I was taught all of this by the salon that I was in. So I'm truly grateful for that experience. I started at that salon working for absolutely nothing. And after them seeing the amount of effort I was putting into the work that I was doing, they then decided to employ me.
Okay.
And they employed me on a part-time basis. But this was just, I was already ecstatic at the fact that I was now employed by this.
You were getting paid.
Yes. And it was one of the most influential salons in Durban at the time. So it was truly an achievement to have been based at that salon. And it was at that salon that I was able to learn and really truly take the experience of doing professional hair out from there.
Okay.
And it was shortly after that, unfortunately, travel became way too much of an issue for me. It was just difficult. And that was when I started my own salon.
Wow.
In Isipengo.
Okay.
And it was just down the road from where I lived. And I slowly started building a customer baseline and a brand. And then
So that's where you started the Nadia Motala brand.
Yes, that was where the Nadia Motala brand actually started.
Okay.
And this was now some years ago, some good 10, 12 years ago. And it was a tiny, small, little salon that had 2 little basins and 2 chairs and was really minuscule. When I say tiny, think tiny. It was very small. And it was a lot of effort and was a lot of work putting into the brand and into the business because I had to start from nothing. There were no clients. I had to build myself up. Now you have an 18-year-old girl, 19-year-old girl that's got no clients and that's building a business from scratch. But it was really hard work and marketing, really good marketing and advertising, exchanging of services from one brand to another. I did free makeup for a few people and they then had a magazine and they would publish my adverts in the magazine in exchange for the makeup that I did for them. And so we worked on a barter system to try and get the brand out there. And that was where the brand really just took a step and that was where the brand started growing.
Wow, that's amazing. Nadia, we're going to take a break and we'll catch you back in a few.
Sure.
We serve it just the way you like it. Hot, spicy, crispy, delicious. Fill up, fresh up at Caltex Gateway Fresh Stop.
Welcome back to What Women Want with Revati Priya on Glow TV. Welcome back, Nadia.
Thank you so much.
So getting back to our topic, how important is it to have a good support structure throughout your journey?
Oh, it's seriously really important. I think for me, I'm thankful that my parents have been there as a backbone for me my entire life. But it's also really important as a woman, as an individual. Self-love, self-confidence, it starts with you. So if you are secure within yourself as a person, as a businesswoman, as a mother, in whatever field you are in, to have self-love and be self-confident in your abilities and in yourself, that's really, really important.
So being such a popular name in the hair and beauty industry, a lot of jealousy comes with it, right?
Sure.
So how do you deal with the, I would say, negatives that come with you being such a popular name?
So I think what happens is that we sort of take in information from a lot of places. And I think in my case, when you're somebody that's on social media and you do tend to put out I put out a lot of my business stuff on social media.
Yes.
People do build an image of you and what they think you are.
Without knowing your background.
Correct, and without even knowing you as a person. Because they see an image of you on social media and they think that you're this specific type of person or that specific type of person. I think what's really important is knowing who you truly are.
Yes.
Knowing that this is not related to you. So what other people think of you is actually none of your business. What's really important is
That's
how
difficult
you think.
though, right?
It is. And it's not been easy. Like when I say that, I truly say that with taking it in one ear and the other out the other ear, because that's what I've had to do recently, especially. And
Yes.
that's why I'm saying is that really being able to block out the negativity, that on its own is a trick.
So speaking of negatives, you've had your fair share of discrimination over the
Yes,
years,
yes, I
right?
have.
And being a woman and being discriminated publicly is not easy,
It was
especially
very
having
difficult, yeah.
kids and a family. So how do you deal with coming back from that?
So it was a very difficult process during that period of time. But you must remember that my professional brand and my business name had been attached to a lot of the social media slander that was going on at the time. Surprisingly, it was a lot of women also that were involved in it, and it really went out of hand. And I realized that if I was going to retaliate to what was being said about me or my brand or my business, I was not only going to be bringing down myself, but also my brand that I worked so long and so hard for to bring up to that point. And so what I had to do was detach my brand from any of the negativity. I protected my brand at all costs and at all times. I sought legal advice and legal help. And what my legal advisor had said to me was, do not respond to any of the slander. Ignore it. Do not even respond, because obviously what's happening is they require your attention.
Yes.
And by you feeding this retaliation, and by retaliating, you will actually feed that. And so I decided that I was going to completely ignore it and wait for the legal course to actually happen. And thankfully that happened, and now it has come to an end.
So what advice can you give other women that have been discriminated in large groups or even just amongst a small group of friends or family, whatever it may be? What advice
I
can
think
you...
that being strong, but also having individuals around you, so friends that are true friends, because what I had was a lot of people that knew me, a lot of acquaintances, a lot of people that claimed to be my friends. And when the time had actually come for them to then show their friendship, that never happened. So you need to start weeding out who's your friend and who is your friend hater. So the one that loves you but secretly hates you.
Yes.
So true friends are really important. I believe that keeping your circle small is the best. Your family will always be your best friends. You don't get better friends than your family. Keeping your circle small, but also keeping people that are negative away from you. So if you know that there's somebody that affects your energy, physically, and sometimes even just listening to them affect your energy, then you know that that person needs to be cut off. I've been able to do that, and my life has just been so much better, so much positive energy, so much of positive light, and I would say that that's the best way to go.
So Nadia, with all that life has thrown at you and all the lessons that you have learnt throughout your life, I'm sure there's many lessons that you've had to learn. What is one thing that always sticks out for you and that you live by?
So I believe, and I've said this before to you as well, that hard work and determination, perseverance to truly be who you were meant to be by working hard at your dream and your goal and never ever giving up, irrespective of what people say about you, what they think about you, what others may think, and what others' opinions are, is absolutely of no concern. You keep your head down, strong to the plan, keep yourself on point, and to achieve all those goals and those dreams that you set out for. I really started from truly humble beginnings, and I've even surprised myself, I would say, with the skincare line and with the various different branches that we've gone out to. So I would say truly just hard work, perseverance, and determination to be the best self for your own self, for yourself.
So it's said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I definitely see that with you and everything that you've gone through. So what is next for Nadia Motala?
So I thank God first and foremost for everything that I have. I'm a very spiritual person. My religion is really close to me. So I would say none of what I've overcome, I've been able to overcome on my own. It's been with God in my heart. And I would say for the Nadia Motala brand, right now we're on the brink of opening a store in Johannesburg. And we're looking
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And we're looking at franchising the brand later on. We've also got the skincare line that we've developed, and we've started adding more products onto the line as well. So it has really taken off really well. It is a little baby of mine that I'm nurturing at this point in time, and just putting a lot of care, effort and attention into, and I know that this brand is going to do exceptionally well.
So to our viewers watching, what services does Nadia Motala offer?
So we're a fully online service. Firstly, we offer all of our service available online and mobile.
Okay.
Secondly, everything is available in our stores. So it's sort of a one-stop store. You can come through and have your hair, your makeup, your nails. We also offer aesthetic treatments as well as skincare treatments. So it really is a one-stop for everything beauty related.
Okay. Nadia, to our viewers today, what are you able to share with them in regards to life choices that they are going to make or they have made already?
So I believe that there's nothing you can really do when it comes to specific life choices. I know for me that I've had to learn some hard lessons through the life choices that I've made. And what I will say is making sure that the lessons that you've learned stay with you and those mistakes are not repeated.
Definitely.
So I believe that everything we go through in life, we go through with a purpose, and we learn from those experiences.
And everything happens for a reason.
Of course, yes. And we are constantly evolving and changing as human beings. Nobody is the same 10 years ago compared to what they are now. And I believe that life choices is really what makes you that person. So don't be afraid to make life choices based on the fact that I will make a mistake. It's truly your mistake that will teach you your life lesson going forward.
So Nadia, to round up, coming back to Nadia Motala, the brand, maybe you could share with our viewers how to get in touch with you and where are you based?
So we've currently got 2 stores. One is in Ushaka Marine World and the other one is in Overport. Your viewers can contact us on Instagram, it's at Nadia Motala, and Facebook, it's at Nadia Motala. Our website is nadiamotala.com.
Nadia, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been such a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for watching What Women Want with Revati Priya on Glow TV. Catch us same time, same place next week for more gripping stories.
IBV International Vaults is the safest way to protect your most valuable assets and documents. We have state-of-the-art vaults in Gateway Umhlanga and Mandela Square, Sandton. Our secure vaults are protected by scanners, CCTV cameras and on-site tactical officers. Contact IBV International Vaults Sandton on 011-783-6101 or visit www.ibvinternationalvaults.com.
Today's show is sponsored by IBV International Vaults, the world's most exclusive private vaults.